Noor Manjanji here from Sufi Vibes of Ghulam Manjanji Oracle. Today I would like to recite a poem composed by Federico Garcia Lorca, a very much well-known poet of Spain, and translated by Sara Arbio. Garcia Lorca was a great person and poet, and he was executed by firing squad in August 1936, and he has compiled his poems, and his poems were published in Romanico Gitano, or Gypsy Ballads. So his poetry is very much heart-touching, and today we will recite and explain his poem of the dark doves. In the branches of laurel tree, I saw two dark doves. In the branches of laurel tree, I saw two dark doves. One was the sun, and one was the one on the moon. One was the sun, and one the moon. Little neighbors, I said, where is my grave? Little neighbors, I said, where is my grave? In my tail said the sun. In my tail said the sun. On my throat said the moon. And I, who was walking with the land around my waist, saw two snow eagles. And I, who was walking with the land around my waist, saw two snow eagles and a naked girl. One was the other, and the girl was none. Little eagles, I said, where is my grave? In my tail said the sun, on my throat said the moon. In the branches of the laurel tree, I saw two naked doves. One was the other, and both were none. Actually, this is very much symbolical poem, a poem describing not only the hurt feeling of the poet, but also all the story of the glory, as the poet has said, that all the roads of glory lead to the grave. So this is a symbolical poem and very heart-touching. So in the start, as he says, in the branches of the laurel tree. Laurel tree is a Greco-Roman mythological tree symbolizing the victory, achievement, glory, and status. All of moves of human power towards power are focusing on achievement, on focusing on victory, and focusing on status, and focusing on so-called successes, conquests, so and so on. So in this way, he starts his poem from there, that in the branches of the laurel tree, in the branches of that pomp and show, I saw two dark doves. Here again, dark doves symbolizes the darkness of the objectives which are seen as doves, but they are not really doves. They are dark doves. It means they reflect not to the peace, they reflect to the war, they reflect to the fight and all the negative things. So I saw two dark doves. One was the sun and one the moon. From both the dark doves, the poet says that one was the sun and the other was moon, and he questioned them that where is my grave, where I will be buried. And it is very much interesting that Lorca was executed by death squad, and his body was not found anywhere. His body is missing, just like many other rebellions as in the world, as Pir Sabgatullah Shah Rajdi, Surah Badshah, Pir Pagaro in Sindh. So I said, little neighbors, I said, where is my grave? In my tail said the sun, on my throat said the moon. Sun said that it lies at the tail, and the moon said that it lies uh, in throat. And I who was walking with the land around my waist, and I was walking with the land around my waist. It means there is the burden of this earth and earthly power. So, and I was walking with the land around my waist, saw two snow eagles. Then he sees two snow eagles and a naked girl. One was the other, and the girl was none. So again, he reflects a troika. That troika is also very much confused. Two snow eagles, and one was girl. One was the other, and the girl was none. So it reflects nothing. However, it was troika, it reflects nothing. And then says, "Where is my?" Then he asks, "Where is my grave?" In my tail said the sun, on my throat said the moon. In the branches of the laurel tree, I saw two naked doves. Then dark doves turn into naked ones. And it is very much interesting when he explains those naked doves. One was the other, and both were none. One was the other, and both were the none. He tries to associate one thing with the other. However, both are none, as he describes. And it is all about Lorca's heart-touching things. And Lorca was really a great poet of the world, and he has composed a beautiful poetry reflecting rebellion thoughts. And in this poem, however it is rebellion, it also touches to the mystical dimensions of the world. That the human power starts from sword, starts from bullet, and ends at the grave. Human power that is in appearance seen as doves, however, it is dark, and that darkness appears in the last, and it becomes naked one, and then naked one also ends in nothing. And that is the whole story of human power, whole story of the dark doves, whole story of the moon and sun, and whole story of those naked doves and nothingness. Human power starts with the sharpness of sword, and it ends with the despair of nothingness. Thank you very much. You have watched my this video and channel. Kindly subscribe it, and also follow it, and share your reflections.